Hello everyone, this is Dr. Houck, your professor for RELG 2015, Introduction to Religious Studies. I thought I would just go over a few sort of essential elements about the course, some things that will help you. This is sort of thing I would be talking about the very first day of class if we were meeting in a classroom. I've made notes as I've built the course, so I'll probably be jumping around a bit topic-wise. All right, some important things. First of all, I think you'll see that the course is set up in a very easy-to-follow, linear fashion. We will be moving through 10 different modules, one after another. So we'll cover 5 modules, then we'll have a midterm exam, and then we'll cover 5 more modules, and then we'll have a final exam. So it's pretty easy to keep up with the course in regard to what's going on. I guess if you want a full view of the course, you would just click on the link for modules so you can see all the modules as they're all the modules laid out in front of you. There's calendars all over the place, and you should have no problem finding them at all. So the due dates for all the assignments and the 2 exams are clearly marked and noted in a number of different places. So please keep an eye on those. There's a fairly severe penalty for being late on assignments. In regard to doing your assignments, a few things. Your course materials should be considered to be the primary sources of your information. So what I mean by that is, for example, let's say you see a term, I'll just throw one out, existentialism. And you think, well, okay, this will be easy. I'll just Google it, read what's there, and just copy and paste. Boom. Well, no, for a number of reasons. First, you will not copy or copy and paste anything at all from anywhere the entire semester, because the penalty for doing that is a 0. What I want to read are your own words, right? Your writing, your ideas. Now, of course, I realize that most of you don't have much of a background in religious studies. That's cool. I didn't either before I studied this stuff. And so therefore you're going to have to rely on information and the ideas of others. That's cool. That's fine. However, when it comes time to put down your thoughts and ideas on your exams and your assignments, it will be your words that I'm reading. So, of course, you'll be paraphrasing. You'll be taking what you read and synthesizing them in a sort of way. But the main point is that I'm reading your words. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Your thoughts, your words. But once again, as I was saying a while ago, another reason why just Googling whatever is not the way to go is that in a course like this, there will be a number of different ways to explore certain issues. And I want you to be on the same page as I am, right? So that's why the course materials are the primary sources for your information. That's where you should go first. In fact, you'll find all the answers in the course materials. So when I speak of, for example, existentialism, what I would like to see in your discussion is something that reflects the fact that yes, you did the reading, yes, you screened the videos, yes, you know what I'm talking about in the context of this class. All right, this is a course on religions, as I've said before, and even though I do address this in Module 1, I would like to address it here, and that's the issue of objectivity. I realize that most of you probably come from a certain faith tradition that you may hold near and dear to your heart, probably Christianity. That's perfectly fine. I was born and raised Catholic. However, this is Introduction to Religious Studies, right? It's not a theology course. It's not a a ministry course. It's not a Bible study course, right? It's an academic, scholarly approach to the study of religions. So I'm going to have to ask you to be as objective as you possibly can, which means that you're not going to be answering questions based on your own personal opinion of what you've been taught, right? I would like you to think about these issues in an objective, global way and deal with them in that way. Okay? That will become more clear as you move through the material. So please keep that in mind. From time to time in this course, you may hear the term primitive being used for certain religions because I can't necessarily control what's said in all the videos, except for my own, of course. Let me say here at the outset, no religion is primitive. Yes, there are tribal indigenous cultures that are ancient. In fact, cultures that are much older than our own, that are practicing and embracing ancient religions that in most cases are much older than the religions we are familiar with today, but that does not make them primitive. It just makes them old. They are certainly just as rich and fascinating and fulfilling for the people that worship them as any other religion in the world today. So I just wanted to make that point. No religion is primitive. There may be certain anomalies in the videos. Like, for example, you may hear me allude to something that doesn't seem to be connected to this class. Well, that's because I've been teaching online courses in religion for about 4 or 5 years now, and I've borrowed some of those videos for this course. But don't be alarmed. It should be quite obvious when it happens, and I've tried to correct all those instances. So just wanted to make you aware of that. Formatting for assignments and exams. This is very important. Please do not change the formatting on your assignments and exams. And what I mean by that is really straightforward. So, for example, if on the first page of your assignment there are questions 1 through 14, then on the first page of your submitted version, I should see all those questions, no more or no less, on that first page, 1 through 14. In other words, at the bottom of the first page should be the question and the answer for 14. And when I flip over to page 2, question 15 should be at the top on your submitted version, just as it is in the original version. I'm making a point to mention this because if you don't do that, it makes it a lot more difficult for me to grade your work. Please follow that directive. Do not change the formatting on either the assignments or the exams. You'll note that I've asked you to use either 10 or 11 point Times New Roman font. Certainly if 11 works for you, that's fine, but sometimes people are a bit verbose, a bit wordy, and you may need to shrink your font down to 10 just to keep all the formatting proper, right? Because what I mean by that is that if you fill the page up, referring to the example I mentioned earlier, you might be bumping question 14 to the next page. Well, if that's the case, just make an adjustment by decreasing the size of your font. The pace of the class. This is an online course, and it's a semester-long course. Now remember, I'm saying this because sometimes people have a tendency to complain about the workload, namely in this course, the readings and the videos that you are assigned to screen for each module. Remember that in this course, each module assignment comes around about once every 11 days or so. Not quite once every 2 weeks, but a little bit less than that. What that means is this. If we were meeting in a classroom, we would be meeting 3 hours a week. So if we kind of proportion that out time-wise, that means for each module, we would be meeting about 5 hours of class time. Now remember, ideally in any course, you pretty much double the class time if you want to determine about how much total time you should be spending on a college course. So 5 hours would be a minimum, right? Now I'm going to submit to you that you can pretty much, I think easily, complete your reading and your video screening in less than 5 hours for any module. So please keep that in mind. Okay? One thing more to mention, I am currently a professor. I'm a full professor here at Our Lady of the Lake College. I've been teaching here as a full-time professor about 11 years. I came over here from LSU where I was in the Department of Philosophy and Religious Studies. And here we use Moodle as our online instructional platform. And of course, at your college, you're using Canvas. Now, I literally had never even opened Canvas until about a month ago when I began to prepare for this course. It's not that difficult. I've been able to make my way around it pretty easy without any help. But if there should be some issues, if maybe something isn't presenting itself to you the way I think it should on the page, then please let me know. And I will certainly be monitoring my contact from you. You're going to have both my office phone number here at the college where I teach, just down the road in Baton Rouge, and also my email address, so feel free to contact me. I'm slowly ironing out all the issues I'm having with Canvas, and the course is loading up pretty well. So I think we'll be fine. But anyway, if there is a problem with anything, please contact me. Okay, well, good luck everyone, and don't hesitate to write me if you have any sort of problem with the material.